guys, welcome to Clockwork Noodles for your summer overlook video. All the anime that is coming our way in the summer anime season of 2022. In this video, I'm going to break it down as normal. We'll go through all the stuff that I'm going to be watching in my spare time, stuff that I think you might enjoy. It's not going to be appearing on the YouTube channel. And then in the end, we're going to talk about the 4 titles that I'll be breaking down in video form for you guys to watch online. Before we get going, make sure you guys are subscribed. We are aiming for 1k of subscribers by the end of the year to allow us to do more interactive stuff, have nights where we can discuss themes, talk about older animes. Because this channel looks at a lot of seasonal stuff, we don't get to talk about a lot of the stuff that happened in the past. All the good stuff tends to be in the past. Anime season as a whole, the anime year as a whole is going off to a great start. There's a lot of good titles coming out and there's a lot of big heavy hitters that haven't landed just yet. I think anime is on a good track and I think the future for anime is a very bright place to be. Without further ado, let's look at summer 2022. Continuing from last time, we do have Love All Play. If you ever want to see Tanjiro playing badminton, actually really enjoying it. It's a good anime. It's not as great as Battery Man. There was one last season which I think was slightly better, but this one is still really good. It's focusing on a lot more of the people, the relationships going on. A good sports anime if you want something to quickly catch up on. Definitely worth checking out. So this is going to be the season of a lot of sequels. A lot of those sequels are in my breakdown section, but there are some more trashy sequels which I am going to check out because I watched the first one and I have to. Rent-A-Girlfriend season 2 is coming out on July the 7th, which is a Friday. I hated this anime so much and it's so trashy, but it's got something about it where guilty pleasure, where I'm so interested in how trashy the main character is and what's going to happen to him that I want to actually watch what season 2 has in store. I know this anime is very popular with people. I didn't like it, but there are people out there who worship this anime. So I am informing you guys, if you are one of those people, the second season is coming out and July 7th is going to be your best friend. About a guy who hires a girl because he's had a breakup and he goes on a date and then gets really angry at her because she doesn't love him or she's faking it because that's her job. And then that spirals into shenanigans. It's one of those animes where you need to see it to believe it, so go and check it out. The next anime on the list is an original title. It is The Call of the Night, Yofukashi no Uta. July 7th again. This is a supernatural anime that is centered around the idea of vampires. So if you've ever had a thing for vampires, this is probably going to be anime for you. Boy can't really sleep. He ends up going to the streets of Japan to wander around and he is convinced that his new friend he has met is a vampire, and it's all about exploring, is she a vampire, all those shenanigans, a bit more of a fun mystery anime for the season, something good for the summer season. I can't wait to watch it and see what happens. The next anime, I think I should have put this right up with Rent-A-Girlfriend for being trashy. This is my prediction for the new trashy anime of the season. Mamahaha no Tsurugo ga Motokano Arathiia. I have got really bad handwriting as well as my pronunciation of Japanese. My Stepsister is My Ex-Girlfriend. Wednesday the 6th of July. A rom-com anime that has actually gone there. Incest is a bad thing, right? So let's get around that by saying they dated before they ended up related to each other. A guy who dated somebody, it didn't work out, and then later he finds out that his parent is marrying the parent, making him a relative to his ex-girlfriend, and this is going to go down the route of them having shenanigans. Hopefully they don't fall back in love with each other, but we will see. This is my prediction for the trashy anime of the season. A trash that you just want to watch. When I do say trash, I don't always mean, oh my god, it's really, really bad. I mean, it's an anime that it's trash, but you want to binge it. It's the kind of thing where you'll just get home from work, not really want to think about too much, put it on just to have something on. Next anime we have is Sora Demo Ayumi wa Yosetekeru. When will Ayumi make his move? This is Friday, July the 8th. Ayumi falls in love with the only other member of the shogi club. He is resolved to beat her at shogi and then confess his feelings. However, she's not a pushover. She's very good at shogi, so it's going to be a lot of back and forth. I am a very big fan of March Comes In Like a Lion. That anime is just absolutely amazing, and yes, it's about shogi, but the way it's done, really in-depth, complex characters. There's There's a lot of darkness in that anime as well, but it's done so well. I would love another season of that anime, but there's been no movement on that front for quite some time. Really recommend it if you haven't already. But this could maybe fill in that itch just a little bit. It is a slice of life. It's focused on the idea of shogi, school romance and comedy. I really hope that we do get some decent shogi battles going on as well, and some decent romance. So this could maybe fill in for the gap that was a Harren. That Harren is going to leave quite a big gap. Quite sad to see that one end, but very happy with that ending. But this could fill in the gap because I think the girl reminds me a little bit of a Harren-san, but I think she can actually talk. Every season we make a joke that I really don't like isekai, and I generally put one on the charts. It's obligatory. Now, my obligatory isekai this season is actually an isekai I'm actually interested in. I know, shock, horror, call the press. I'm interested in an isekai, guys, because the plot is actually really unique. Isakai Yakuya, July the 10th, Sunday. This is a pharmacologist who ends up isekai'd into a new world, but he's got all the knowledge of medicine and all that research from the new period in his brain. I think he's reborn as a 10-year-old. He ends up in a very old-fashioned kingdom where there's a lot of dangerous practices in the medicine world going on, taken into the royal court as a proper pharmacist, and his mission is to discredit the fraudulent pharmacist going around taking advantage of the poor people in this world. Very interested in this plot. It really strikes home with me because my thesis, my degree, was actually based on medicine. How medicine ended up progressing through the 16th century, early modern era of the UK, how things like universities and printing presses, all of these things aided in creating a public medicine. That is what I actually ended up doing my degree on. You can see why I would be interested in an anime that is focusing on medication and the idea of trying to uproot bad beliefs. This is basically my degree in a nutshell in an anime form. Very excited to watch this. Fingers crossed it doesn't let me down. Saikin yatta maid ga ayashi. The maid I hired recently is mysterious. Sometime in July, don't have a date just yet. Food, music, a mysterious maid, comedy, a slice of life. I really hope this is good. It does look a bit like the anime that aired a few seasons ago about the guy who hires a maid like the Duke. It looks a bit like that, but I like the idea of having a food anime because I'm a very big foodie. I love slice of life. We ended up doing the restaurant in another world a few seasons ago. Soft spot for food animes. So hopefully this anime isn't just going to be a lot of ecchi and a lot of promoting panty shots, but I'm actually hoping we really do go into food, have some actual fun magic going on and some comedy. So really looking forward to this. But it is the next anime I am very excited to bring to you guys. And I will say, if one of my choices for the breakdown doesn't work out, this is the anime I'm going to be bringing in very last minute. This is probably my favourite anime. My hidden gem of the season award is probably going to go here. This is what I am predicting. It's going to be a big sleeper hit and it's going to be absolutely fantastic and everybody's going to have it on their top 10s. This is the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting, July the 7th. The tagline for this, who's your nanny? So we have a hardcore Yakuza man, a man who has probably killed people, who has done some dirty work. He ends up becoming a babysitter to the mob boss's daughter. This hardcore Yakuza man who is pretty much looking like a bodyguard as opposed to a caretaker, but I really can't wait to see how this plays out. It is a comedy. It is heartwarming, a slice of life. I'm really hoping it's similar to the House Husband anime because I love that. I love everything about that. It is hilarious. The anime sadly doesn't do it any good justice. The books are better and the movie is really good because Kenjiro Suda is in it. You guys know me. Kenjiro Suda is my boy. I love him to pieces. I haven't actually checked any of the voice casts recently, so it will be a nice surprise if he is actually in this one because he tends to get cast in a lot of Yakuza anime, so this could be it. Hype for this anime. I believe this anime is going to be on top 10 lists. I believe this anime is going to do very well, so fingers crossed. Continuing on our journey, we have a very weird title coming our way with Hoishi no Sumadare, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, July the 9th, Saturday. This is probably the weirdest anime of the season. We have a college student who is suddenly awoken to find there is a lizard in front of him, a great lizard. And the great lizard tells him that there is a hammer outside, poised in space, ready to split the earth into thousands of pieces. And the lizard has come to ask for his help to gather some friends together to face the forces of evil. It is an adventure. It is comedy. It is action. It is drama. It is weird. Everything I just told you is actually the plot. And I'm not making any part of this up. This is the weird plot coming our way. This could fall apart, it could fall flat, but it's interesting. I think you should check it out. Next anime we have is Chorus Recoil. This is 2nd of July on the Saturday. A Japanese cafe with a twist. During the day, they serve coffee, they serve the sugary snacks. There's a lot of cute girls running this cute cafe. But there is a twist. These guys are investigating and fighting zombies. Yes, we're going to start with the biggest twist. This is going to be a episodic thing where they go out and they conquer and fight beasts, deities, whatever it is in the area. I think it's going to be fun. I think it looks really cool. A new hire who has to be introduced to everybody. There is also a guy who is obsessed with Japan running the place. All the characters are quirky and unique, and we're going out to have this mundane daytime task to a extremely fun fighting zombies during the night kind of thing. I think it could be fun. Looking forward to it. The next anime is The Smell of the Arsonia, the animation, and this is a game adaptation. There's always a game adaptation coming our way. This is coming out on July the 6th, Wednesday. I don't know a great deal about it because there's not a lot of information about this anime, but the artwork looks fantastic. I have checked out the game that it's from. It seems to be a kind of game where you gacha pull, you get a load of teams together and you fight people, but the people they're fighting are hot. Not sure. A load of hot girls fighting a load of hot guys, but the artwork looks great, and this is the artwork I'm showing you on the screen. Could be fun, so definitely worth peeking at, having a see what that's all about. We have Kamikuzu Idol, July the 2nd, Saturday. Now, you guys know me, I like my idol anime, and you guys generally will turn off at that point. Please don't turn off because this is a very weird anime and this is not your generic idol anime. We have a boy who is an idol in a unit and he's lazy. He's paired up with a determined boy. So we have a lazy boy, a determined boy. The lazy boy is naturally hated by everybody and the fans don't like him and the management is trying to get rid of him and they're trying to cut him loose. But this is when things get really supernatural. One day at a concert, he ends up meeting a girl backstage. And it turns out this girl is dead. He is seeing a ghost of a girl who used to be in an idol unit and something has happened. And this is going to turn into a supernatural comedy, maybe a bit of mystery about what happened to the girl and why she's not at rest as opposed to haunting a guy who's really lazy and doesn't want to be an idol. It attracted me because I do like my idol animes. I enjoy just music animes in general. Things like Carol and Tuesday, love them to pieces. That's also why I love Your Boy Komin, because that was amazing. My video on top 3 anime of last season comes out very shortly, so I wonder where that placed on that list. But I definitely think this anime could be something interesting and it could be a hidden gem of the season if it plays its cards right. Next up, we have Tapan. We have a girl who is a big comedy fan. She loves comedy acts, going to comedy clubs, and she enters a private school known for girls, and it's very famous for comedians, producing comedians. This is airing on July the 2nd and on a Saturday. It's all about the adventures they have at that school, trying to get into the comedy world. The comedy, it's a school, it's a slice of life, cute girls doing cute things. Is it gonna nail the comedy is the big problem, because comedy in Japan doesn't always hit with the Western audiences. So it's going to be interesting to see if the comedy is universal or if it is just specified to Japanese culture. So we'll see how that one lands, because I need to scratch a history itch every so often. This is Kiguri, Shine On Bakumitsu Bad Boys, July the 8th, Friday. Most of us by this point have heard of the Shinsengumi. These guys have been replaced in this anime. Facing the Shinsengumi and their rise and fall, these guys have fallen and we have now found some replacements. So we are following the boys who have been chosen to replace these guys. These are samurai. Most of these had their family killed in these big violent raids that were going on. My writing is so bad. I wrote this like 4 days ago and my handwriting is awful. Following the guy who has been made the new Shinsengumi commander and his journey of trying to refill and step into the role of somebody who was big famous. So you're stepping up into a role where the person before you was a literal legend. And I think it's going to be interesting. I like having a historical anime on the cards. That is my personal animes, animes that I think you should watch. There are a lot more animes out there, things that are airing that I haven't seen. So if you're thinking something is missing, chance that I haven't seen it, these are generally things that I think you will be interested in. So without further ado, let's go into what matters, what is continuing, what is being broken down on my channel this coming season. I can't wait to see you guys in these videos. We always have great fun and it's always quite surprising to see what videos do well, because last season it wasn't Spy X Family which killed it on numbers on the channel. It was actually Dance Here. And that made me very, very happy because one of my videos ended up breaking 600 plus. We haven't hit those numbers in a very long time. So I really hope that is a sign that the algorithm is changing. The first one, which is continuing, you guys already know about it, is Summertime Render. Generally, it comes out Friday. I end up sometimes bringing it out on Friday, sometimes bringing it out on Saturday. Depends what's going on. An anime I went in with skepticalness, so I was very skeptical about it. It was also Disney, so I was very skeptical. But it's actually sticking the landing right now, and I'm really enjoying it. Every time I think I know what's going to happen, things get turned on its head. It is turning into quite a nice mystery anime. There are horror elements in it, but I don't think they're bad. To me, then, I'm not finding it very scary. So if you don't like horror but you want to check it out, I would probably say check it out. But there's a few bits which you might not like. I don't think it's constantly blasting horror in your face. There's a lot more to this anime than that meets the eye. It's a mystery. There's a lot going on. We don't know what happened. The plot is made even more confusing because it seems to span over a load of decades. So it's going to be very interesting to see if anything can be changed. So this continues straight into next season. Next up, returning to the channel. Yes, I am so happy this is returning to the channel, guys. This is Dr. Stone, season 3, 10th of July, Sunday. So excited for the return of Dr. Stone. I love Dr. Stone. I really enjoyed it. We didn't break season 1 down on the channel, but we broke season 2 down, and you guys really enjoyed that one. Dr. Stone tends to be a light-hearted one, so we don't have to do too much in-depth dancing around in the reviews. That just tends to be a very fun one. We'll talk about characters, we'll talk about what's going on. Sometimes we'll talk about the actual inventions that are being explored in the anime itself. This one seems very interesting because it seems we're now leaving Japan and we're going hunting. And I'm seeing this character with the blonde hair that looks really like Senku. I don't know who he is, so it's going to be fun to see who is this guy, why does he look like Senku? He looks smart and he's also on a boat, so maybe he had the same idea of leaving wherever to come searching for people. Can't wait. I really look forward to the adventures of Senku and Ko and Tsukasa. I miss you already, Tsukasa. It's going to be interesting to see who fills the role of bad guy. Any conflict going on in the plot, whether there's going to be conflict. Very excited for Dr. Stone. If you're not watching it, definitely check it out at some point. Next up on the channel. This is going to be the one I might swap out for Yakuza. Doesn't mean I don't like this anime in particular. I'm very excited to be breaking it down, but it's more I need to find a movie before I watch season 2, and I can't find a movie. This all now depends on if I can find a movie. Maiden Abyss season 2 is airing on 6th of July, Wednesday. There was a movie out. I've seen the first movie. I haven't seen the second movie, and apparently you need the second movie to go into season 2. I'm going to be doing my best to locate that, maybe hitting up some high seas to try finding it, and once that's done, I'm happy to go into season 2 with you guys. I am very excited for Maiden Abyss. That exact scene from season 1 stuck in my head because of how visceral the audio was. If you know, you know. I had to judge a competition in Latvia and they did the Mitty transformation scene, and if you know, you know. And I'm like, it's just too soon, man. It's too soon. I can't wait to see Maiden Abyss reappearing on our screens. I really hope they don't drop the ball because this is an original anime. There's no existing material. This isn't based on anything. So I really hope they don't drop the ball. I still stand by what I said earlier. This anime would make one hell of an open world adventure game. And if you do that, I am playing that anime because I want to play it. And the way that season 1 is even written, it very much plays out like you start in the starting zone, you've got very weak enemies, and then you go further down and things go all panic, haywire, hell breaks loose. For now, Maiden Abyss is on my list. If I can't find the movie, we might see Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting thrown up. It really depends on how much it depends on you seeing that movie. Next up and final on my list, but probably the one I'm most excited to bring you guys because I had so much regret not picking this up and breaking it down on the channel. I'm pretty sure it came top of the anime that season. Shadow's House season 2, 9th Saturday, July. This anime, season 1 blew me absolutely away. When I did my top 3 OPs ED list, it topped both of those charts. I remember it topping both those charts. Everything about this anime is done meticulous. The way that they present the OP, they had the characters appearing in an order, and then I did the ED, the characters appeared in the reverse order because it's that kind of anime. Atmosphere, the vibes, everything about this anime has this beautiful atmosphere that is created. You don't know what's going on, and we found out some very telling stuff right at the end of this anime in season 1, and I can't wait to see where season 2 dives because it's the beginning of a very long journey to try and get to the top and try and unravel everything. I love Shadow's House. I still have songs on my playlist. I love them to pieces. I really hope we've got good songs for this one. I know they've announced them, but I try to make it a surprise for myself, so I don't go hunting for the songs before ahead of schedule. I like to watch it with the anime backing it up in the middle so I can see how it feels, because with me, good OP carries a good vibe and atmosphere leading you into the anime, and a good ED closes it all down again. I'm very excited for Shadow's House. That is going to be one of my most hyped animes of the season, hopefully. Lots of things on the channel. Hopefully you guys will be interested by what I have told you. Maybe you were contemplating watching an anime, but I've given you a bit more of a breakdown to push you over the fence and go for it. What are you watching, and will I be seeing you on any of my breakdowns? I understand it's very difficult because I am breaking down all sequels this season. It's the first season where I've picked all sequels. If I had more time, I would have picked the Yakuza up anyway and had an original in the breakdowns. I just have a lot going on right now. I'm very excited to bring you these videos. I really hope I get to see you on a breakdown of some kind. Thank you guys so much for being a constant support of me. You guys mean a lot, and I really do enjoy seeing your comments, seeing those likes, seeing that love going on and that support, because we are a small channel. I understand I'm not great at what I do. I don't really have much of a tried and tested formula yet, but we are starting to learn things. You guys said you wanted 2 separate videos. We are focusing on 1 season at a time. This is the breakdown for summer. We still have spring ending to go. We have a review there going up soon, hopefully in the next few days as well. You guys spoke, I listened, and I hope you enjoyed the new format. Thank you guys so much. I hope you're having a great summer. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.